Welcome everyone once again to another edition of the Foolish Fish Esoteric News with your weekly updates on the worlds of esoteric and occult book publishing and arts and events and paraphernalia. And thank you so much for joining me once again. And I want to thank miskatonicbooks.com as every week for sponsoring the show, for keeping the show alive, for making this whole situation possible where I show you every week the most amazing and most beautiful esoteric and occult publications that have been released recently. And if we just scroll down on their front page, you'll get an idea of how appropriate it is that miskatonicbooks.com should be the sponsor of this show. They store all the stock, all the best esoteric books, all the most beautiful occult books, and they also do classes. So just a couple of words of just to talk about what's on your screens right now. Offering to Isis is shipping already, if I understand correctly. I'm very, very excited for this one. And then Shea Billet's wonderful The Fire and the Wine, the history, photography, and rites of Satanism, Luciferianism, and the Left-Hand Path, which I have been recommending quite consistently over the past few weeks. But these are not the only courses that Miskatonic Books offer. And those of you who subscribe to miskatonicbooks.com's weekly newsletter will know that Wild Medium is, Mandy Wild, right? Wild Medium is doing a course, and that's not quite open yet at the time of recording anyway. But the course opens soon. So if you're not subscribed to Miskatonic Books' newsletter, then definitely do so that you can get the updates for when this no doubt very exciting class starts. Right, so very, very cool stuff. All right, let's move on to news from Anathema Publishing, who have opened pre-orders for Kurukula. The paperback actually opens tomorrow. This was posted yesterday, so I'm expecting maybe a little bit later in the day for those of you watching on Thursday, any of the Foolish Fish members from Patreon or from YouTube who are watching this a little bit in advance from anyone else, then definitely, just wait until the official announcement. But if you missed out on Kurukula, Anathema Publishing's fantastic book on the Tibetan goddess of enchantment, then you'll be very excited to know that it's going to be available within the next few hours to pre-order as a paperback. And anyone who's ordered from Anathema Publishing in the past, if you've ordered a paperback, then you will know that these paperbacks they tend to be much nicer quality than most hardcover books that you may have come across. So beautiful, beautiful works. And you can check out my review of Kurukula from back when the original hardcover came out. So really very, very cool stuff. All right, news from Taschen. The latest Library of Esoterica entry has been released. Or maybe not quite released, but is going to be released. It's been announced. So July 2025 is when this is expected. It's going to be, is it the 6th? The 6th, right? Oh my goodness. A book in this series. Beautiful, beautiful books. I think I've got 4 of them. I didn't get the this one over here, the Sacred Sites. But I can tell you that the 4 that I do have, they just look so nice inside and out there. That's proper shelf candy right there. So this one's featuring essays, interviews, and over 400 images from cave paintings to contemporary works of channeled art. To be clear, this is a Taschen book, so it's very focused on the visual side. There will be beautiful images. It's going to be a nice large-ish format, so that the images are going to be the the main focus, but there are always some really interesting articles to go alongside the images, just in case you don't know about this particular series or this particular publisher, which will be a little surprising maybe, but not necessarily. Spirit Worlds steps through darkened doorways and into the labyrinths that lead to the mysterious, to kingdoms of the afterlife, and to communion with denizens of dimensions just beyond our own. That sounds too good for me to miss out on. I think I'm going to have to pick this one up. Very, very excited for this. It sounds really cool. All right, moving on to news from Atramentus Press, who have announced that To Glimpse a Hollow Hill is now in stock. And so if you'd pre-ordered To Glimpse a Hollow Hill in its regular standard hardcover edition, then your copy is probably on its way to you as we speak. This is a deep dive into the Secret Commonwealth, excuse me, which is, well, certainly one of the most well-known serious books on the fairy folk, right? That I know of, and so this is a deep dive by Daniel Yates. Very, very exciting stuff, and it looks like it's got some nice illustrations. Lovely, very, very cool. All right, and then we've got news from Troy Books, From Shadows to Sunrise, a journey into the Irish rituals of the year by Sean Fitzgerald. I'm assuming Sean. I'm not sure. And so let's have a little read of this. And come on. An evocative exploration of Ireland's ritual landscape, from shadows to sunrise, weaves together historical tradition, folk belief, and lived experience to illuminate the ancient magic embedded in the Irish year. Drawing upon decades of research and practice, Fitzgerald offers a heartfelt and scholarly guide to the customs, ceremonies, and seasonal cycles that shape Ireland's spiritual heritage. Very, very cool. All right, so if you're interested in Celtic lore, this is going to be one to watch out for. This is the special edition that is being released. You can see that the price tag is actually a little higher than usual on this one. So, kind of curious to see what this one's going to look like, right? Are there any details? Special edition, a limited edition of 350 examples, bound in black faux leather, with silver and gold foil blocking to the front and spine, green end papers with green head and tail bands. Sounds nice, doesn't it? It's more expensive than their usual special editions, but it's still just £60, which is what some publishers were charging for their for their standard editions, some 6 or 7 years ago. So, back when paper was cheap. There's potentially something to look into. Anyway, if you like your pretty books. Good. News from Brill. Solomonic magic, methodology, texts and histories. The trouble with Brill, of course, is the prohibitive price. But if you're willing to not get the PDF and willing to get the hardcover instead, this is insane, then you can drop by around €20. It's so crazy that the hardcover would be €20 cheaper than the ebook. Absolutely insane. But how exciting does this book sound, right? Solomonic Magic, and thank you to Sarah Mastros, by the way, for pointing this one out on Facebook. Solomonic Magic has captivated imaginations for centuries, yet its definition remains elusive. It is a specialized branch linked to King Solomon, or a broader classification of practices attributed to him. This book explores the mysterious world of demon subjugation, examining previously unknown texts in multiple languages, Aramaic, Hebrew, Greek, Latin, and more, to reveal the historical evolution of this magical tradition. Divided into 3 parts, the book presents analyses of key manuscripts and examines the historical influence of Hebrew texts on later traditions, featuring many unpublished manuscripts. This book challenges previous scholarly assumptions and offers a new perspective on the textual network that shaped medieval and early modern magical works. This sounds so important. And and it's going to be just so expensive, but it's the way it goes, unfortunately. Not very much we can do about that. So that's Solomonic Magic by Gal Sofa. As I say, pretty exciting stuff. Good. Let's take a look at what's going on in more mass media. So, Polytheism in Greek Philosophy. Again, so the Kindle edition, $10, paperback, $30. Yes, Polytheism in Greek Philosophy challenges the perception of philosophy as a march of reason, distancing itself from religion and spirituality, and most of all from polytheism. The ancient Greek philosophers were polytheists who worshipped the many gods of their heritage, not as a concession to popular sentiment, nor as a transition to a more enlightened monotheism or atheism, but with sincere piety, seeking to understand the blessedness of the gods and how humans can share in it. They sought to illuminate the myths and rituals of their tradition with knowledge about the nature of the gods and the role of worship beyond the tangible things we pray for, striving to understand what it means to be with the gods. Doesn't that sound exciting? It certainly does to me. I may be biased since I'm particularly interested in the Greek tradition, but this is, it sounds really good to me. Sounds very exciting. Okay, and that was released quite recently, I believe, May 1st, 2025, so very recent. And then we're getting a new translation of 900 Conclusions by Giovanni Pico della Mirandola, one of the foremost figures from the Renaissance, who brought back the occult knowledge, made it available once again. A problematic figure for sure, but also we wouldn't be talking about this stuff now if it weren't for him and his colleagues. So, a groundbreaking edition of controversial theses proposed by the most famous philosopher of the Italian Renaissance, della Mirandola, the most famous philosopher of Renaissance, has ambitions in line with his talents, especially in philosophical theology. His boldest venture urged Christians to save their souls with Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah, while also offering to debate anyone in Italy about this project. In 1486, he announced plans for a disputation in Rome on 900 theses, but Pope Innocent VIII quashed the event with an indictment for crimes against Christian orthodoxy. You should definitely know that there is a disturbing amount of anti-Semitism surrounding Pico della Mirandola. That's definitely something you need to know, and as well as that, you might be interested in some of the thoughts that spawned today's occult revival, right? Just as background information, just to keep yourself informed, it's useful. Good. We've got, oh my goodness. I see Art Nouveau and I light up. I can't help it. I love this movement so much. It doesn't matter. Let's take a look at what I'm showing you right now. A reborn Art Nouveau treasure, The Three Sisters. This is a book that seems to have been out of print for a very long time, that was created in an Art Nouveau style during the Art Nouveau movement, and it seems like this Kickstarter is making this work available once again, and it looks glorious, doesn't it? I mean, just so nice. it's that turn of the century art. I don't know. For me, this is the epitome of harnessing the beauty of the technique of the classics, and also harnessing the energy and the wildness of I don't know, Dionysian sensitivities that can be missing sometimes from some of the more classical works. And just at that turn of the century, the two came together just before the technique died away and people started drawing squares. But for me, this period right here is the top. This is the apex of art for me. Anyway, it does look like a beautiful book, and it looks like an interesting story that these images are illustrating. I thought I'd share it with you just so you know what's going on there. So nice. Good. And then what else do we have? Oh yes, Jack Grail's Hail Hekate course, which I reminded you guys about last week. There is a special deal going on. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna need to remind myself. So there's 15% off coupon codes right here. And there's a special offer. Share our Hail Hekate Facebook ad and tag Jack Grail, and you'll get a link to Jack reading a classic ghost story and discussing its magical implications. Lots of very, very cool stuff happening over here, right? So Jack Grail will be giving away a free scholarship to this class during a live stream on the Blackthorn School's Facebook page this Sunday, 25th of May at 2 p.m. CST. Whether you win or not, it doesn't matter, folks. Go and check out that just free chat. It's definitely worth it. You'll be able to ask him questions in the comments, and he'll answer them live, and you'll get a feel for just how nice this guy is, just how welcoming and friendly and warm his style is. All the rest. And I mean, I say go and check him out. Don't check him out if you're worried that you might be tempted, because you will be tempted. As I've always said, this is the best course there is, full stop, on anything ever. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's move on to Matt Auryn's Omega Retreat. So this is happening. This is happening when? This is happening on June 8th to 13th. There's a Psychic Witch Retreat in Rhinebeck, New York, for a season of transformative retreats designed to deepen your magical, psychic, and spiritual practice. So June 8th to 13th is the Psychic Witch Retreat. Then June 13th to 15th, Magically Queer Weekend, with whom? With Matt Auryn, Enfys J. Book, Ali Kravets, the Bronx Witch, Ivo Dominguez Jr. and Storm Fairy Wolf. We retreat centering on LGBTQIA+ spiritual empowerment, queer magic, and community building through ritual, energy work, and personal discovery. And then October 12th to 17th, the Fiber Spirit Retreat with Devin Hunter and Aaron Murphy Hissock, and more. There's I guess this professional psychic retreat with Matt Auryn and many others over here happening a little later in the month of October. But happening quite soon is this Psychic Witch Retreat. Awaken your psychic abilities, master energy work, spell casting, and spirit communication in an immersive retreat designed to activate your magical senses. Go and check out the link that I will naturally leave down below. All right, good stuff. And then this is the tarot that I found this week, folks. How beautiful is this? So this has been hand painted in watercolor Over a long time, it seems, a hand-painted limited edition Marseille-style tarot deck with Italian artistic flair. Those of you who like to collect tarot will recognise the Marseille style of those pips, but also will recognise the minutiae, the detailed and careful approach to the art style, which is not necessarily descriptive of many Marseille decks, which are a little bit more, how to say, naive in their style. This absolutely encapsulates the Italian style of many of the classic Italian decks, and I love that the creator has shared her process here. The whole system, the way she created the deck, and this is a closer look at the full card. And yeah, you get an idea of just how much detail we're getting, how great this artwork is, right? Yeah, beautiful Empress there. Assuming that was an Empress. Yes, and members of her family whose faces made it into the deck. Oh no, this is the Emperor, the Empress. Maybe the other one was the High Priestess. I like the subdued colours as well. I think that the watercolour, kind of earthy watercolours, it works really, really nicely. It gives it a slightly aged look, and the style is so competent that it works perfectly. I love it. I really, really like it. Wonderful. All right. And then this is an Oracle deck that was pointed out to me this week. The Kate Forsyth's Fairytale Oracle. And yeah, as you know, I'm kind of quite fond of fairy tales. I have a fairy tale deck of my own, just in case anyone watching wasn't aware of that. You can find links to that down below as well. But this is an Oracle deck that has been illustrated. It also looks like watercolors, and it's reasonably pretty, and it's I don't know. I feel like the individual cards speak really well. I think that they are they're. Yeah, I mean, I say it's reasonably pretty. It's pretty. Who am I kidding? It's pretty. It's very pretty. But yeah, those the topic of each card, I can see how put together they can make a very powerful oracle deck. There we go. Self-reflection, and let's see, spiritual ascension, the power to choose, right? Seize the sword, disobedience, creative inspiration, yeah, and more. So yeah, if that appeals to you, links down below. All right, and then my board game of the week is Principes, and I Of course I like this. Naturally I like this. This is, it seems like an area control game, right? So warriors on a map, and you're trying to control the largest space and that kind of thing. But the whole aesthetic is this medieval aesthetic, and it just appeals to me. Of course it appeals to you, to me, and I imagine it appeals to many of you watching as well. The idea of playing medieval power games, I guess, seems pretty cool. Check out those little miniatures. Yeah, different invaders, Lithuanians and Teutonic Knights. It looks like fun, doesn't it? Yeah, it doesn't look like a, my first gateway game type of game. It does look maybe a little bit more complex than that, but nevertheless, it does look reasonably simple. So if you've played Catan and you've played, I don't know, Carcassonne, what are the other ones? The usual Everdell, I guess. Then this is. It doesn't look like it would be very complicated. Yeah, and some nice expansions. There we go. There we are, folks. That's what I got for you for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget that I do one-to-one video conversations, and if you want me to read your tarot, then I can read your tarot. If you want to ask me questions about your spiritual path, then we can do that. You book an hour, and it doesn't matter what type of hour you book. Ultimately, the hour is going to belong to you, and we'll be able to do whatever you want to do during that hour. If to do that, you'll find links down in the description and also in the linked comment down below. Don't forget to leave a like the video, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and what else? If you'd like to support the channel, then of course the best way to do that is through the Patreon. That is everyone who already supports, thank you so much. And and that's going to be about it from me. Oh, there is one more thing possibly. If you might potentially be interested in a tour of Krakow, an esoteric tour of Krakow in June, let me know down in the comments if that would be of any interest to you, if you could potentially be in Poland around the end of June, and I'll think about it. Right? No promises at this moment. And then there's going to be a video this coming Saturday, finally. I've recorded it, I've edited it, I've made a thumbnail for it. I just need to upload it and clear it with certain aspects of it anyway. On what I did to be okay during and after my breakup. So if you're interested in that, you can look out for that this Saturday. Okay, that is definitely everything from me for this particular episode. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'll see you very soon with another video. Bye-bye.